Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And for the second half, we see the Lions using their second replacement, Aranda having retired from Brady.
You turn it on yet, Pete? Hey? Ricky Cowan replaces Rando Patel, I think. Brian McLennan kicks off. It's an exciting match at Carlo Park, 8-all at half-time. Clark picks it up, tries to run through, tackled by Tafa Isatini. Plays it back to Weatherall. Weatherall runs from dummy half, tries to go through, crashed over and a tackle by Jeffrey Ackland. Plays it back to Northcote using some tactics here, kick it downfield. The race is on. Shane Cooper picks it up. Ooh, swishes around, tries to get it round, gets round. Phil Harrison makes it up 10 metres outside the line. The fists go in. Peter Kelly in at dummy half. On to Townsend. Townsend runs it out. Only 15 metres from the line. Plays it back to Cassini Kapu. Tougher Isatini tries to run through. Feeds it on to Glenn Townsend. Glenn Townsend, oh, nearly gets through the gap. Was crunched over in a tackle. Norton leaning all over him. Plays it back to Diesel. Diesel back to thing. It's a barge down. It come off. Back to Peter Kelly. Oh, knock on. Good tactics by Northcote then. Keep Mount Albert down in their half. Freeman to feed the scrum. Puts it in the second row. Differential penalty going to Northcote. Cannot have a shot at goal. Freeman taps the ball. Northcote ain't even ready yet. Gets it on to number Mel. I don't know his second name. Mel, number 17. Mel Nelson. Out to Ben Karoy. Feeds it on to Hooker. Hooker's crashed over in a tackle by Jeffrey Ackland. On to the big fella running through. Tries to get through to the line. Is caught short. Watson puts his hands up, but no way. Play it out. Out to Freeman. Freeman dummies. He would have had it past. It would have been forward. He's tackled 12 metres short of the line. Out to Ben Karoy. Out to Phil Harrison. Phil Harrison dummies. Goes around. Brian McLennan's got him. Fires a ball out into touch. Silly play. Northcote. Hello. Shrimpton says, get your feet back and back on the line there, boys. McLennan feeds. It comes out. Ooh. Freeman shakes his head and says, no, what's going on here? I hope Brian sticks the ball in. Brian will come down. Brian feeds the scrum, goes in. Mount Albert win the ball, goes out to Townsend. Townsend sprints, tries to get round Karoy, but can't. Plays it back to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper runs from dummy half, sets sails, gets around one player, gets it out to Cassini Kapu, is caught by Hooker and bowled over. Roy Bedford runs from dummy half, can't get round, tries to get the ball away, loses the ball. Goes back to Mal Nielsen, but can't get through. Goes it back to Hooker, out to Freeman, out to Weatherall. Weatherall out to Phil Harrison. Phil Harrison, long pass out to Lloyd. It's tackled well by Cedric Lover. Oh, is it Tougher Isatini? Tougher Isatini. But 20 Harding passes it out to 12, which is Clark. Clark out. Oh, Clark gets it out to, I think it's Weatherall. Ah, penalised. Ricky Cowan leaning over him too much. Freeman decides, I don't know what to do. Going to kick for the line, I think. Yes. Phil Harrison says this is out of my distance. Oh no, he's having a shot at goal. Hey? Is that off or on? Phil Harrison comes in to kick. Going straight over the blue dot. Sandpit there in the middle, Brian. It's a little floater that hits the 22, bounces. Norton picks it up, tries to go through, gets through one. Dummies, goes around, sort of dummies again, gets through one tackle, crashed over in the end by Ricky Cowan. Shouldn't be allowed. Out to Clark. Clark running hard, tries to get through. Northcote all fired up now. Plays it back to Weatherall. Weatherall out to... That was forward. Yes, even Shrimpton saw it. Peter Kelly will kick for the line. Peter Kelly kicks, makes 15 metres. Cassini Capu to restart play. Taps it. Out to Brian McLennan. Ricky Cowan, the big fella, replacement running hard. Northcote caught inside the 10. I think they may have a shot at goal here to even up the score. Cedric Lovett has been called in to kick for line. I can't see the Steinlager lads. I can see Ray Williams sitting over there, right next to Mike McLennan. No, he's next to Paul Gordon, Mike McLennan and Arthur Brown. Cedric Lovett comes in to kick. Strikes it. Misses. She's still a dropout though. You get to regain the ball. We're going to have a try out of this, fellas. Dropout goes long one back to Peter Kelly. Peter Kelly picks it up. Has Tough Rice Teeny with him. Feeds it on to Tough Rice Teeny. Gets round Ben Karoy. Is caught by Lloyd and Phil Harrison and Hooker. Hooker's they dummy back, goes to Jeff Ackland. Jeff Ackland tries to get round Phil Harrison but can't. It's caught by Phil Harrison and Norton. Play it back. Peter Kelly out to Brian McLennan. Long pass out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper feeds on to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett pushes off one, feeds the ball. And that wasn't a knock on. Brian McLennan picks it up nicely, feeds it out to Peter Kelly. Peter Kelly gets round one, tries to go through two, but is caught just on halfway. Peter Kelly plays it back to Tough Rice Teeny. He says, I'll have a run from here. Gets round one, feeds it on to Stephen Howe. Stephen Howe sees the gap, sprints through one, it's caught by Weatherall. Feeds it back to Townsend. Townsend on to Ackland. Cooper inside, steps round one, feeds it on to Dominic Clark, backing up well. On to John Ackland. John Ackland picks it up nicely. Second tackle. Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper out to Brian McLennan. Out to Ricky Cowan. The big man running wide. Tries to feed it on but can't. Jeff Ackland will be looking for that winger. He gave him a bit of a serve as he went past. Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper out to Townsend. Townsend. Oh, nearly an intercept there. This must be back to one. Ah. I can hear George Poisi over there going something. Freeman feeds it. They win the ball. Out to Karoy. Karoy out to Watson. Watson tries to go through. He's crashed over and tackled by Shane Cooper. Play it back. Out to Phil Harrison. Phil Harrison dummies it back into Clark. Clark runs through. He's caught. Phil Harrison goes, he's the blind, gets it onto the big number 18, feeds it back to Karoy. Karoy knocks it forward. Scrum to go down just out inside Mount Albert's half. No, she's just, yes, she's... Scrum goes down, Brian oh, no, it breaks up. Northcote win another scrum. Brian McLennan penalised. No, he tried to hook the ball back. Watson kicks for the line, mate. It's good. I don't know whether this one's... Oh, yes, she's out. She's not a bad kick either, Watson. You take yourself within 18 metres of the line. 15 metres, I would say. They were Freeman under Hooker barges. Man, they were caught inside the 10. "12 minutes, Phil Harrison comes in to kick. Straight over the blue dot. They put some 4 points in front. Nicely taken by Northcote then, just right on the line. Tackled by Ricky Cowan and Tavares Tinney. Onto Clark. Clark runs it through, gets through one tackle, but it's crashed over by Ricky Cowan. Wetherall at dummy half. Dummy half, plays it out to Ben Croy. Ben Croy feeds it on. That's a forward pass. Ben Croy takes it, long pass out to Freeman. Freeman feeds it on to Harding. Harding tries to go through. Harding gets through one tackle, crashed over by Ricky Cowan. Ben Croy chips through. Who's back there? Whoa, Howells picks it up nicely, gets round one tackle. Tackled by Phil Harrison. Plays it back to Roy Bedford, out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper out to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett tries to go through, gets it on to Townsend, out to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett feeds the pass on to Tavares Tinney, and it goes into touch. Oh. Out to Ben Croy. Ben Croy on to Lloyd. Lloyd dummies, goes through the gap. Gets it on to Ben Croy. Ben Croy's tackled by Peter Kelly. Phil Harrison in the dummy half. Phil Harrison dummies, gets it on to Norton. Norton's charging, he's got a bit more life. Gets it on to Freeman. Freeman scored. Phil Harrison comes in to kick. Straight over the blue dot. Kick off. Dummies. Tavares Tinney tackles. Clark runs through, tries to get the ball away but can't. Tommy Conroy, dummy half, out to Wetherall. Wetherall flicks it on to... Jesus Christ. Pete, I'm going to have a smoke. This is smoke. Christ. Don't want anybody to see me though. Brian McLennan to feed the scrum. Hello, we've lost... Oh no. Guess I like Pete. Man up will win the scrum. Brian McLennan goes from dummy half, scrum, base of the scrum. Jeffrey Ackland, dummy half, feeds it on to Stephen House. Stephen House running hard, tries to get the ball away but can't. Dummies around. Tommy Connery's got him, tackled. Mount Albert out to Dominic Clark. Dominic Clark gets it on to Diesel. Diesel running hard, tries to get through. 8 metres short of the line. Out to tough Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett tries to go through but can't. Out to Peter Kelly. Peter Kelly out to Dominic Clark. Dominic Clark out to Brian McLennan. Out to Stephen Howe. Stephen Howe tries to get through but can't. The fist going in then. Mount Albert will take a shot at goal. Cedric Lovett comes in to kick. Kicks. Straight over the blue dot. Watson takes his time, builds a sandcastle. You turn that off, Pete. Comes in to kick. It's a long kick back to Peter Kelly. Peter Kelly feeds it on to Tough Risatini. Sprints hard, tries to go through. Not Watson going high. Not Watson, bloody Norton. Cassini Kapu, tackled by Norton, runs from dummy half. Ricky Cowan runs through, tries to get through, tries to get the ball away but can't. Shane Cooper in at dummy half. Shane Cooper back to, feeds it round to Shane Cooper, out to Peter Kelly, cops one round the ear. Shrimpton, they're offside, the Miles offside. Onto Shane Cooper, out to John Ackland. John Ackland out to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett spits a gap, can't get the ball away. Roy Bedford is flying. Fifth and final, plays it back to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper gets the ball away. No, I don't get caught with the ball, hand the ball over. Karoy plays it back. Tackled. Phil Harrison out to Clark. Clark tries to get the ball away. He's caught standing up with the tackle. Phil Harrison out to Hooker. Hooker tries to go through. Hooker's tackled. Gets the ball away, gets the ball out to Ben Karoy. Ben Karoy gets it out to Phil Harrison. Phil Harrison out to Lloyd. Lloyd steps inside one, steps inside. No, he's tackled by Shane Cooper. "20 minutes to go. The Lions down. Out to Tommy Conroy. Tommy Conroy tries to run. Feeds the ball on to Norton. Northcote out to Weatherall. Weatherall tries to get his pass away. He's tackled by Brian McLennan and Shane Cooper. Play it back. Out to Ben Karoy. Out to Hooker. Hooker out to Norton. Norton tries to get the ball away but can't. Fifth and final. They haven't gone anywhere. Northcote caught well defensed by Mount Albert. Is it back to Watson? Watson kicks a long kick back to Peter Kelly. Peter Kelly waiting for it. Takes it nicely. Peter Kelly gets Norton on a trot. Gets round Norton. Tries to get round Lloyd, but caught by the jersey. Cops an elbow in the mouth for his attempt. Tavarastini runs from dummy half. Lloyd tries to get him. Lloyd's got him going. Lloyd's got him. Lloyd out to Townsend, out to John Ackland. John Ackland tries to sprint through but can't. Tavarizatini back to Brian McLennan. Brian McLennan long pass out to Dominic Clark. Dominic Clark runs it to Tommy Conroy. Gets the ball out to Jeff Ackland. Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper dummies. Comes back inside. Feeds the ball back to Jeff Ackland. Jeff Ackland out to Brian McLennan. Brian McLennan spots a gap. Gets through. Makes it up. Makes a good 15 metres. So back to Jeff Ackland. Jeff Ackland on to Glenn Townsend. Glenn Townsend dummies. Goes through. Gets through one. Runs straight into the tackle of Hooker. Fifth and final. Just over halfway. Kicks for touch. Good touch finder by Ricky Cowan. Scrum to go down. Mount Albert penalised. Makes good meterage with his kick. There's Watson. Freeman to restart play. Taps it on to Ben Karoy. On to Freeman. Freeman on to Hooker. Hooker runs through. Tries to get through. Gets the ball away to Ben Karoy. Ben Karoy's tackled short of the line. Falls over in the tackle. It's on to Freeman. Freeman out to... The ball gets lost on the ground. Clarkey picks it up. Losing a bit of ground there, Northcote. Out to Norton. Norton tries to go through. He's crashed over in a tackle by John Ackland. To Freeman. Freeman out to Hooker. Hooker feeds it on to Tommy Conroy. Tommy Conroy's flying. It's crashed over in a tackle. Forward pass. Scrum to go down. Brian McLennan to feed the scrum. Mount Albert went straight through. Brian McLennan feeds the scrum. Straight through again. Third time Brian McLennan feeds the scrum. Mount Albert going to win this one. Out to Glenn Townsend. Glenn Townsend feeds it on to Peter Kelly. Spots a gap. Can't get through. Watson's got him tackled with Ben Karoy. There's it back to Brian McLennan. Out to Glenn Townsend. Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper feeds it on to Cedric Lovett. Out to Tuffer Istini from the other wing. Tuffer Istini sprints for the line. Tuffer's going hard. Can't get the ball away. Feeds it on to Cedric Lovett. The ball goes back. Picked up by... Oh, no! Feed the scrub. Penalty to Mount Albert. Incorrect feed. Not retiring, I think. Come on, you got to score now, Mount. Peter Kelly kicks for touch. Makes a good 22 metres. Boy Bedford picks the ball up. Feeds it back into... Diesel. Diesel taps it on to John Ackland. John Ackland, long pass out to Glenn Townsend. Switches dummies, goes through himself, tries to go through, is caught by Norton. They pick it up. They run it out the open. Ricky Cowan powering through, tries to go through, feeds it on to John Ackland. John Ackland out to Glenn Townsend, out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper out to Jeffrey Ackland. Jeffrey Ackland sprints for the line, tries to get Roy Bedford. Jeffrey Ackland goes himself. Jeffrey Ackland dives. Jeffrey Ackland scores in the corner. Good try, Jeffrey. Good work. Right at the right time too, brother. Score now 18-14. 12 minutes to go. Cedric Lovett to... It's a long kick for Cedric Lovett. If we ever needed a kick this time, Cedric, we need it now. Comes in to kick. It's not a bad kick either. It's over. Good kick, Cedric. Good kick. Striking range. It's a long kick back to Peter Kelly. Takes it correctly. Feeds it on to Tuffer Istini. Tuffer Istini running hard. Tries to get round Ben Karoy but can't. Plays it back to Peter Kelly. Peter Kelly runs from dummy half. It's tackled by Lloyd and Weatherall. Tries to get up. Plays the ball. Back to Tuffer Istini on to John Ackland. Inside the 5 where you were, John. Plays it back to Stephen House. Stephen House tries to get the ball away. Gets away to Diesel. Diesel tries to get through. Gets it out to Brian McLennan. Brian McLennan dummies. Gets up to 10 yards inside Mount Albert's half. Plays it back to Stephen Howes. Stephen Howes out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper out to Cedric Lovett. Mount Albert are flying now. Trying to get the ball away. Gets it away to John Ackland. John Ackland spots a gap. Feeds the ball out to Brian McLennan. Brian McLennan's caught by Ben Karoy. Gets it out to Jeffrey Ackland. Jeffrey Ackland tries to go through. Caught 10 yards inside Northcote's half. Plays it back to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper plays it out to Diesel. Diesel tries to go through a gap. Diesel spots a gap, gets through one, but is caught. Must be third tackle. No, it's fifth and final. Plays it back to Shane Cooper. Out to John Ackland. John Ackland with a long bomb. Puts it up. Watson waits for it. Watson caught the ball well. Tidy up by Stephen Howes. Caught. Play it back. Northcote run it out from dummy half. Good decision, ref. Inside the 5. Mount Albert will take a shot at goal. All inside the 5. Well. Silence at the park. Cedric Lovett steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Steadies it up. Comes in to kick. Straight over the blue dot. She's 18 all now. She's all on now as Watson comes in to kick off. Comes in. It's a long kick back to Peter Kelly using the tactics. Feeds it on to Tuffer Isatini. Tuffer Isatini sprints out. Gets through 2 tackles. Nearly gets through the 3rd. But is caught 24 metres out. Tuffer's hurt, but get up, Tuffer. Ooh. Tuffer Isatini's okay. Gets up to play the ball. First tackle. Plays it back to Cassini. Dominic Clark running off him. Runs straight and hard. Is tackled by Weatherall and Norton. They play it back this side. Dummies gets it on to Ricky Cowan. Ricky Cowan tries to split it. Gets it on to Norton's picked up with the ball. Norton plays it back out to Clark. Clark runs straight and hard. Tries to feed it on. Gets it on to Tommy Conroy's tackled by Stephen Howes. Play it back. Out to Freeman. Freeman out to Norton. Norton dummies. Tries to go through. Gets the ball back to Harrison. Phil Harrison gets through 1 tackle. It's tackled eventually by Brian McLennan and Stephen Howes. Must be 3rd tackle. Play it back to Weatherall. Weatherall tries to go through. Can't. It's tackled well by John Ackland. Play it back. They run it in. I think Northcote will be looking for a drop goal. 5th and final. Nine minutes remain in the match. Brian McLennan to feed the scrum. Oh my God. It was under the feet, Brian. Freeman taps the ball, gets it on to Watson. Watson goes for the drop goal. Jeffrey Ackland takes that very nicely. Stretching out to pick up the ball, plays it back to Cassini Capu. Cassini runs it straight into Tommy Conroy. Freeman comes up with the ball. Freeman plays it back to Tommy Conroy. Tommy Conroy runs, but it's caught. Is it back? They try to run through, but they can't. They've caught. Second or 3rd tackle. Out to Freeman. Freeman out to Ben Karoy. Out to Hooker. Hooker running wide. Feeds it back into Clark. Clark caught out wide. They play it back. Out to, no, the Hooker goes the blind. Hooker tries to go through. Oh, caught well by Mount Albert then. Must be the 3rd or 4th tackle. 5th and final. Long pass out to... What the hell's that? Must have come off Mount Albert player. It's a goal line dropout. Northcote trying everything. 2 drop goals in the last 4 minutes. Peter Kelly to drop out from under the posts. Drop out. It's a nice long drop out. The winger picks it up nicely on the burst. Gets around 1 tackle, but it's caught by Dominic Clark. Play it back. Clark runs in. It's tackled by Stephen Howells and Brian McLennan. They play it back. On to Tommy Conroy. Tommy Conroy puts it out to Norton, who's tackled by Shane Cooper. They play it back. Ricky Cowan comes up with the ball for Mount Albert. Oh, no. To play the ball. I thought it was a scrum. Yeah, well, I better not say too much on the mic here. Ricky Cowan plays it back to Cassini Capu, runs from dummy half, crashed over in a tackle by Weatherall. Back to Stephen Howells. Stephen Howells runs from dummy half, caught in the tackle by Clark and Weatherall. Plays it back to John Ackland. John Ackland feeds it. No, he dummies. Tries to go through, feeds it on to Townsend, out to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett sprints, tries to get the ball away, but it's caught just on the 22. Plays it back to Townsend. Townsend out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper dummies, tries to go through, feeds it on to Dominic Clark, sprinting hard. The ball goes forward. Northcote, Ben Karoy comes up with it. Play it back. Out to Lloyd. Lloyd tries to go through. Lloyd's caught by Jeffrey Ackland. Tommy Conroy in a dummy half. Tommy Conroy on to Freeman. Freeman out to Weatherall. Weatherall tries to go through. Tries to push off 1 tackle. Is caught by 3 or 4. Mount Albert. Mount Albert come up with the ball. Shane Cooper goes through. Shane Cooper feeds it on to Cedric Lovett. Dummies. Tries to go through. Is caught. 5 minutes remain in the match. Back to Diesel. Diesel tries to go through. Is caught by Freeman. Not going anywhere. Play it back to John Ackland. John Ackland out to Ricky Cowan. Ricky Cowan runs hard. Tries to get through. Is tackled by Weatherall and Clark. Plays it back to Tufferai Satini. Tufferai Satini out to Dominic Clark. Dominic Clark running hard. Must be 4th tackle. Plays it back out to Townsend. Out to Cooper. Cooper out to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett bowled over the tackle by... Plays it back to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper gives it on to John Ackland. John Ackland decides to centre kick. Watson comes across for it. Picks it up nicely. Good take, Watson. Gets round 1. Gets it onto the winger. The winger runs straight through. Tries to get through 1. Is tackled by Stephen Howells. 30 metres out from the line. Out to Ben Karoy. Ben Karoy on to Hooker. Hooker out to thing. Roy Bedford comes up with the ball. Mount Albert. It's tackled by Tommy Conroy. 5 minutes remain. Out to Stephen Howells. Stephen Howells, don't try and pass it. Settle it down. That's right. Peter Kelly out to Ricky Cowan. Ricky Cowan running, tries to go through. Is caught by Clark and Ben Karoy. Plays it back to Tufferai Satini. Tufferai Satini out to Glenn Townsend. Out to Brian McLennan. Brian McLennan dummies, goes inside, gets it out to Jeff Ackland. Jeff Ackland spots a gap, tries to go through, gets through 1, is caught by Lloyd. Just inside Mount Albert's half, 8 metres inside. Plays it back to John Ackland. John Ackland out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper goes through, tries to get through, but can't. Out, last tackle. John Ackland kicks for the touch, but it doesn't quite make it. The winger picks it up, tries to go through, runs straight into the tackle of Shane Cooper and John Ackland. Ben Karoy in at dummy half. Only 3 minutes remain. Plays it back to Ben Karoy. Ben Karoy, Mount Albert caught inside to 5. Norton's leaving the field. Number 15's replaced him. Goes out in the wing. The winger comes in. The kick for touch. Just make it on halfway. 2 minutes remain. Freeman to restart play. Freeman taps it on to Ben Karoy, on to Hooker. Hooker tries to run through, gets around one, tackles. Caught, gets it away to Lloyd. Lloyd tries to get the ball away, but is caught by Shane Cooper. Clark in at dummy half. Clark runs from dummy half, tries to get through. They'll be working it to the centre for a drop goal. Number 17 runs through, tries to get through one, but is caught by Shane Cooper. Clark out to Phil Harrison. Phil Harrison, a knock on. Good work, Shane Cooper. Brian McLennan to feed the scrum. Goes in, Mount Albert win the ball. Comes out to Glenn Townsend, out to Shane Cooper, out to Peter Kelly. Peter Kelly goes round one. Peter Kelly tries to knock off Ben Karoy, but can't. Roy Bedford out to... I tell you what, brother, I would have a shot at goal right now. No. Have a shot at goal. That's the way, Shane. Have a shot at goal. This would be the longest kick Cedric Lovett's had for a while. You got it on, Pete? Tougher Isatini in at the centres, so he can come up and run up with the ball. Cedric Lovett comes in to kick a long 45 metres, sort of floats it. It's over! Mount Albert hit the lead, 20-18. Good kick, Cedric. That's the way, brother. Side. Townsend picks it up. Townsend runs through, settles it down. Slow play now. Diesel plays it. Diesel runs it up, gets round one, tackle by Lloyd. John Ackland feeds it out to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett tries to find a gap. Can't get through. Plays it back to John Ackland, out to Brian McLennan, out to Glenn Townsend. Glenn Townsend out to Shane Cooper, out to Ricky Cowan running wide. Feeds it back into Shane Cooper, out to Stephen Howes. Stephen Howes is caught just inside the 10s. Comes over Clarkey. The game is all over. Mount Albert snatch it in the last. The crowd's not liking this too much. Righto, Pete. That means that when they're on Toes Hill, doesn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Carl Park. Well, what a great day it is for the league. It is indeed, and we've got an excellent match in store for you with two great teams in Manukau and Otahuhu to do battle very soon. Well, I don't know how many of you watch Solid Gold on a Friday night. I know I'm a keen fan. And the dance exponents in Solid Gold are very, very popular with all nails. Now, we've got a little show for you here. It hails from Top Shape in Henderson. We couldn't get the Solid Gold dancers here, so we did the next best thing. I want you to put your hands together for a very entertaining act from Top Shape in Henderson. Let's have a big hand for these ladies and guys. There's 10 of them from Top Shape in Henderson.
Have you drunk some wine latest to my body? Tell you. No broadcasting game. That's the Simpsons soccer. Quarter two, they won't change over. Is that one they see? I think so. Craig down will do it.
Exercise exercise for top shape and action, ladies and gentlemen.
Booking in number 9, Ringy Northmeyer. Number 10, second row, Alan Walters. Started by number 11, Owen Wright. 12, Murray Evans. And Bruce for number 13, Hugh McGann. The referee for the Teddy Red assisting on the touches on the main touches to Pete Johnson, on the grandstand touches to Peter Harris. And we had a run down the Manukau side, which on the field, that's number 1, Nick Wright. Number 2, Jim Woods. In the centres, number 3, Dean Bell. Partnered by number 4, Terry Farwood. Number 5, Wayne Thompson. Sandal 6, Carl Goodway. Number 8, St. Regan. Looking number 9, Tracy Regan. Part 12, number 10, Burton Regan.
Have to be offside that, right? quick. Just do that to the finish, right? Finish the script.
Right. Oh, Jesus, we lost it. Play like this last week, Nicky. That's forward. Jesus Christ, I slipped there. Just thought he didn't score. No opening from there, surely. Yes, he did. That's shit. Jesus, I've lost him.